Hello everyone. Welcome back to our talk on philosophy. Today is the first day of Advent, and I think we are starting it off in an absolutely incredible way. Last time we have talked about heaven, and I expect this video to explode beyond predictions, because today we are going to discuss the opposite state, the state of absolute abandonment, a state which we all can call is daimonia, or hell. First, let's consider heaven. It is the state of contemplating the good in a perfect way, so hell must be its opposite. Hell is the state of not contemplating the good, and it therefore is the state of contemplating anything else except for the good. On a practical way, hell consists of the consequences of your actions, actions which do not have the good as their goal, and therefore do not bring you to it. You can only reach the good if you will the good. If you will something else, even something extremely close to the good but that is not the good, you will end up in hell. In order to reach heaven, your trajectory must be perfect, because heaven is an infinitely small point, and centering it requires infinite precision. Hell obviously feels excruciating. Not on a sensitive scale, because obviously there's no materiality to feel, but on an intellectual scale. The feeling of frustration you feel when you want something and keep trying to reach it, but ultimately cannot, because it is useless. That feeling, but multiplied to its maximum, is the best description of hell.
But Thomas, you're just orbiting around the concept. You're explaining what hell is but not what it feels like, which is what we are interested in. So tell us, what does hell feel like?
You're right. I have been going around the concept without explaining it precisely, because it is frankly unbearable for some. I will propose a thought experiment so that you may understand best what hell is. But beware, it is dangerous for those of you who are not strong enough to avoid ending up in an extreme existential and horrific crisis, and believe me, it's really easy. So, if you actually don't want to risk going insane, skip to this timestamp. Otherwise, let's begin. To start off, we will have to simulate death. We do it with the same exact experiment that we did much time ago. Close your eyes, and imagine all of your senses are gone. You are completely detached from materiality, and are therefore only a soul. You can't see, hear, or feel anything anymore. Do not exit this state. Stay this way. Now imagine you also lose your sensitive powers, so you don't feel hunger or emotions anymore. You don't feel anything except your own intellect. You, in this state, can only comprehend things. You can only understand the forms. You can't do anything else. Now, one last step. You must imagine that you, in this state, are not able to change. When you die, you will leave the material world, which also contains space and time, so you won't be able to use them, and you will end up as a static image of yourself. So even your only faculty, intellect, cannot be developed. You are now only experiencing existence itself. There is nothing else but existence. We have removed everything. You are nothing but a conscious intellectual form that, outside of time and space, is completely unable to have external stimuli, nor think about anything other than existence. Because it is all that exists, and all that you have now. If you remain in this state with the mindset of a normal human, so if you wish for things that cannot be reached anymore, you will not be able to wish for something else. And you will therefore be eternally dissatisfied. Now imagine you wishing for something that's not existence, for example living a normal life with your family, and instead being in this horrendous state where you can't feel anything, nor have anything, nor think about anything, and you just exist, like that, forever. Go ahead now, the thought experiment is finished. I hope it didn't scare you off too much. There's also something I didn't tell you. Heaven, externally, is the exact same place as hell, but the difference between the two is an internal one. Basically, the people in hell want something other than existence, and that's why they are miserable, while the people in heaven want only existence and nothing else, and that's why they are happy. That state, hell, is the maximum sorrow possible, since one's actual end, which is existence, is never reached.
But Thomas, didn't you previously say that nobody can reach the good? Does that mean that we're all going to end up in hell?
Well, yes. You are, in fact, guaranteed to go to hell when you die, because obviously having the good as one's only goal is completely impossible. It would require infinite precision, but humans don't have this ability, so you are going to hell. Don't look at me like that though, there is one last hope. Remember when I talked about the Savior much time ago? He is the answer, and that's why I called him the Savior. There is a specific way, and we will see it next time, in the last episode of this chapter. So, stay on track, and see you all next time. Be well.